James Cameron's groundbreaking and highly anticipated 3D movie, Avatar, was released in 2009 and became a huge success due to its use of motion capture technology. The movie shattered box office records, becoming the highest-grossing film of all time, surpassing Titanic. 13 years later, Cameron announced the release date for the first sequel to Avatar titled Avar, The Way of the Water, which sent the internet into a frenzy. And this isn't even the best part. Cameron has reportedly signed on to produce 3 more Avatar sequels set to release in 2024, 2026, and 2028. While these plans are highly anticipated by fans of the original film, the newest addition to the Avatar lineup is already running waves, making over $760 million in the US, alone with a total box office collection of $2.92 billion to date. We can surely expect these numbers to increase even further. But first, let's take a look at the 10 panga things you need to know about Way of the Water before you purchase your tickets for the movie. Number 1. The direction of the movie. The first Avatar movie was set on Pandora, a moon that was abundant with plant and animal life. We were introduced to the native tribe of Pandora, called the Na'vi Blue, cat-like humanoids with their own language and spirituality. The Na'vi believe that all living things on Pandora are connected to the mother goddess called Iwa. In Way of the Water, which is set in 2154, Earth is now becoming uninhabitable due to overpopulation and lack of resources. This led humans to discover new planets, and when they landed in Pandora, they found a valuable mineral called unobtainium, which is where the whole conflict started. The humans and the Na'vi have different values and views on how to use the resources of Pandora. When the humans find a large deposit of unobtainium in the tribe's home, called the home tree, conflict arises between the humans and the Nasics. This conflict represents greed versus selflessness, destruction versus creation, survival versus death, and touches on themes of imperialism and colonialism. Number 2. How humans were able to make their own avatars. Due to the toxic environment and hostile nature of the inhabitants of Pandora, humans are unable to breathe the air. To explore Pandora and interact with the Nasics tribe, the human organization called the Resources Development Administration creates the Avatar program, allowing humans to control genetically engineered humans. Nasics hybrid creatures called avatars through a link to their brains. The protagonist of the first Avatar film, Jake Sully, is chosen to be a part of the Avatar program because he shares the same genetics as his identical twin brother, Tom, who was a scientist and was neurolinked to his own avatar before he died. Jake is selected by the RDA to take over Tom's role in the Avatar program as a way to salvage their investment. Number 3. What led Jake to go against his fellow people? In the beginning, Jake carries out his mission as a proud soldier looking to provide a safe haven to his fellow humans. However, he becomes conflicted. Colonel Miles Quaritch offers him a deal to restore his legs in exchange for providing inside information about the Nasics tribe and their gathering place, Home Tree, which contains a rich deposit of unobtainium. All the while, Jake falls in love with a Nasics native, Neytiri. When Jake confesses that he is a spy, he and Dr. Grace Augustine are held captive by the Nasics. Meanwhile, Colonel Quaritch and his men attack Home Tree and kill a chunk of the Nasics tribe, including Neytiri's father, in order to claim the land for their own and mine the valuable unobtainium mineral. The destruction of Home Tree and the deaths of the Nasics tribe members change Jake's perception of human beings, and he immediately sides with the remaining forces of the Nasics to chase the humans away from Pandora. Number 4. A beloved character who died is now back. Dr. Grace Augustine, played by Sigourney Weaver, became a heartthrob in the first movie thanks to her brilliant chemistry with our hero, Jake Sully. Unfortunately, her character got severely injured in the first movie and died as the Nasics couldn't revive her in her avatar form. Well, we have good news now. Sigourney Weaver is back in the Way of the Water, reprising her role as Dr. Grace Augustine. You might be wondering, didn't Dr. Grace die? You guys just said that in the last line. To answer that, Weaver returns as a new character, an Avatar, Nasics hybrid created from Grace's remaining Avatar corpse. The circumstances of her return may be bizarre, but the film promises to explain everything in a way that makes sense. Number 5. Avatar is all about family and companionship. Jake and Neytiri are one of the most popular couples in pop culture, not just in the Avatar films. In Way of the Water, we see their relationship reach the next level as Cameron introduces us to their children. While we would naturally expect a happy ending for this lovely family, Cameron had other ideas. More on that later though. In Avatar, The Way of Water, the Sully family consists of 5 children: Miles Spider Sakuro, Ned Im, Kiri, Lo'ak, and Tuk. Spider is the adoptive eldest child and is the biological son of Colonel Miles Quaritch. He is a human teenager who was born on Pandora's human base and was left behind at Hell's Gate. Net-Iam is the eldest biological son of Jake and Neytiri and is a native of Pandora. He is nearly 15 years old in the film and serves as the leader of the next generation of Avatar's cast. Kiri is the adoptive eldest daughter and is the biological daughter of Dr. Grace Augustine. She is around 14 years old in the film. Black is the second biological son of Jake and Neytiri and is around 13 or 14 years old. He is portrayed by Britton Dalton, with young Black being played by Chloe Coleman. Tuck-Tiri, also known as Tuck, is the youngest child and only biological daughter of Jake and Neytiri. She is around 8 years old in the film and is portrayed by Trinity Jo Lieblis. Number 6, 13 years in the making. The biggest question on people's minds is, why did this take so long? The global COVID-19 pandemic has had a significant impact on the film industry, causing numerous production delays and release date changes. Avatar: The Way of Water was no exception, with the pandemic resulting in a loss of 4.5 months of production time and a 1-year delay in its release date. If not for the pandemic, the Avatar sequel could have been released as early as December 2020. Despite these challenges, director James Cameron and his crew have done their best to navigate the unexpected and unprecedented situation, but some delays are simply beyond their control. Number 7, James Cameron's grand vision. James Cameron's vision for the Avatar franchise is grand, with plans for not just 1, but 3 more sequels after Avatar: The Way of Water. Avatar 3, Avatar 4, and Avatar 5 are all scheduled for release by 2028, with Cameron aiming to turn the Avatar series into a long-running franchise similar to Star Wars or the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This ambitious plan for the series has had a significant impact on the production schedule, with Cameron opting to shoot Avatar 2 and 3 back-to-back. While this is a massive undertaking, Cameron was able to effectively finish shooting Avatar 3 after The Way of Water wrapped. However, the tight and ambitious production schedule has led to delays in the release pipeline, with Avatar 3 not scheduled to be released until December 2024. Number 8, going for the depths of the ocean instead of sprawling forests. The original sci-fi flick focused on gigantic mountains and lush, green forests where the Nassics resided. We saw humans continuing their patterns of deforestation and damaging the flora and fauna. In Avatar: The Way of Water, James Cameron takes the franchise in a new direction by focusing on Pandora's oceans and introducing the world to its aquatic flora and fauna. To film the underwater sequences, Cameron drew on his experience with water in the Abyss and Titanic and used giant water tanks for intensive underwater shooting sessions. The special effects teams then worked in post-production to render Pandora's oceanic vistas in stunning CGI. The process was not easy, with actors such as Kate Winslet having to hold their breath for extended periods of time. The result of more than a decade of labor is finally paying off, as fans and critics alike are amazed at the cinematic prowess of Avatar. Number 9, But Why Should You Care? The original Avatar was nominated for 9 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and won 3 awards for Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, and Best Visual Effects. It received positive reviews from critics, with an 82% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and an 83% rating on Metacritic. Avatar is also the highest-grossing film of all time, earning over $2.9 billion at the box office. Still not convinced? Let's talk about the film's impact on pop culture. The success of Avatar in 2009 influenced the film industry to heavily invest in action-driven franchises with multiple sequels. And due to its memorable characters, other producers now focus on creating unique character arcs and especially consider the fandom in all of this. If Avatar had released its sequel within a few years of the first film, it might have gained more popularity and cultural significance. However, the initial Avatar film was not designed with these expectations in mind and may not have been able to compete with the success of other franchises in this modern landscape. Number 10, What are fans and critics saying about it? Every big movie with a massive budget naturally attracts critics to it who look to dissect each and every moving piece. Avatar: Way of the Water is no outlier here. So far, the reviews seem to be positive, with critics applauding The Way of Water for its impressive special effects and compelling story about the Sully family. The film's underwater setting is breathtaking and immersive, and the emotional complications of the Sully family keep the stakes high. Critics have also applauded the work of the visual effects team as well as the sense of direction that the movie leaves for future sequels currently in the works. These same sentiments are being echoed by fans of the movie as they quickly made the hashtag Avatar Way of the Water popular in as less as 12 hours. Here are some tweets by avid fans of the sequel. Can you just feel the excitement there? We're sure you're excited about seeing the movie too. If you've already watched the movie, what are your honest thoughts? Let us know in the comments below.